What's up, everybody? Jabari98 finally well rested after that long 7 hours of streaming on my YouTube channel, and I finally feel rested up enough to actually talk about the 1.2 patch details for Honkai Star Rail, because dude, there is a lot, and I mean a lot of juicy details about 1.2 that I just really want to talk about, especially Kafka's banner, because if you like D.O.T mechanics in Honkai Star Rail, her banner is legit tailor-made for you. But we'll get there when we get there. Honkai Star Rail version 1.2, even immortality ends. Fire name, by the way. Here are the codes for the redemption codes for the special program right here. So if you haven't entered them by now, I highly suggest you do. I think they expire. They'll be close to expiring by the time this video goes up, so I highly recommend you redeem them if you can. So the 5-star characters on this in version 1.2, the first one will be Blade, a wind-based destruction character, and after that will be Kafka, baby. Lightning nihility, baby. On top of all that, we're gonna get a 4-star physical character named Luca. So Blade is a high-risk, high-reward type of character. He inflicts damage upon himself whenever he uses his skill, but he heals himself with his talent and his burst whenever they proc. And all of his attacks have a base multiplier that increases the lower his HP becomes. So he's a very high-risk, high-reward type of character. I really like characters like this. Not sure if I'm going to pull for him because, you know, we'll get to her. But Blade is honestly a pretty cool character. Like, I have an IRL friend of mine who's like super into like the edgy type of characters. So I really feel like if you're into those type of characters, Blade is like a cool aesthetic wise, he definitely hits the mark there. And gameplay wise, he looks cool too. But Kafka though, so this character's awesome. She is awesome, bro. Okay, so what makes Kafka cool is her entire kit revolves around dealing additional damage to enemies that are afflicted with the shock D.O.T. Whenever she hits an enemy that's afflicted with the shock D.O.T, she'll deal like an additional proc of that D.O.T. If I remember correctly, she also does a follow-up attack whenever any of her allies attack enemies with a shock D.O.T on them. So that's pretty cool. Like, I really feel like with Kafka, I myself might be able to make a elation team or simulated universe because of that follow-up mechanic that she has. But honestly, I'm more excited about the nihility path team that I'll be able to use with her because of her shock-based D.O.T and how that works. So that's cool. And on top of that, on Kafka's banner, which we'll talk about later, Luca is the new 4-star character, and he basically functions the same way as Kafka, getting additional damage on enemies that are afflicted with the physical D.O.T, which is bleed. And fun fact, all the D.O.Ts in this game deal different amounts of damage each time they're procced, and bleed takes the biggest chunk of HP off of enemies whenever it's procced, depending on how many stacks it has. So him being able to get additional damage on enemies that are afflicted with bleed is very cool. I like that a lot, actually. Here are Kafka's and Blade's 5-star weapons. For some reason, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the live stream mentioned any specific details about these weapons and how they function. Someone correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I don't think I heard anything specific about these weapons. But the art looks cool though, so that's a plus. But the banners though, Okay, so Blade's banner, to be honest, it's kind of mid to me because you have Arslan and Sushang and Natasha, 2 physical characters. One's a healer, one's another hunt character. And you have another destruction character in Arslan, but he's honestly not really that good, to be honest, unless you have a ton of Eidolons on him. Not really that much worth it to build him just yet, in my opinion. I mean, Blade's cool, but I wish he got more characters that were synergistic with his playstyle, like another healer or a buffer of some kind. Kafka's banner though, Kafka's banner is literally just D.O.T the banner. This banner is disgusting. If you like D.O.T damage just like me, this banner is made for you. and is yet another reason why I'm gonna pull for Kafka, because worst case scenario, I'm going to get like D.O.T characters and Eidolons for those characters. So Serval synergizes very well with Kafka because she inflicts her own version of shock. That doesn't require enemies to be weakness broken for them to be afflicted with it. So she has a great amount of synergy with Kafka because she can basically go first, afflict enemies with shock, and then Kafka gets the follow-up and gets all that extra damage on those shocked enemies, especially if you have Serval's E4, I believe, where it makes it to where her ultimate, which hits every enemy on the screen, has a chance to afflict enemies with shock like right from the get-go. If you have that Eidolon right off the bat and then have Kafka like follow up right after, that's a disgusting combo right there. But you have Kafka and Serval for the shock, right? But then you have Sampo for wind to inflict enemies with wind shear, which is the wind-based D.O.T. And I feel like Sampo is specifically in need of a D.O.T team to show what he's like really capable of with his kit. I don't think he functions that well outside of D.O.T comps, but in D.O.T comps, he's like super good, especially against like wind weak enemies. And Luca, I already mentioned it, but he's going to make like physical based comps a lot more useful due to being able to gain a lot of mileage out of breaking physical weak enemies, because that bleed D.O.T, it's a like nice chunk of HP every time it procs, dude. And him being able to get additional damage based off of that is very nice. I also feel like with the addition of these characters, with Kafka, Luca, and now Sampo, I wonder if a mono, because with Kafka there's already the potential of a mono Electro team because of like Silver Wolf being added in. But I wonder if there's like now potential of a really decent mono physical team or a mono wind team, now that Sampo's being rerun with additional Eidolons being possible, and now we have Luca in the game who can gain like additional benefits from physically weakened enemies. So I believe Silver Wolf is going to be very, very nice with these characters in your back pocket if you like running her on D.O.T teams to make sure that enemies get afflicted with that specific status no matter what. So that's cool. On top of that, we have a new chapter to the main Trailblaze story, Top Clouded Tower Thrust. Yo, this boss character right here, absolutely incredible design. I really like it a lot, dude. We also have additional companion missions for Kafka and Yukong. There's also a brand new area, the Alchemy Commission and the Scale Gorge Waterscape. Alchemy Commission looks okay, but Scale Gorge Waterscape, look at that. Like, what is that, dude? That looks so crazy. There's also the new enemies. There's Fantilla the Undying. Apparently she's Abundance and Destruction affiliated, so that's cool. I didn't know it was possible for beings in like Honkai Star Rail to be on two paths at the same time, but hey, the more you know. And then we also have additional bosses that we'll be fighting in this version. Young King is a very surprising reveal. What goes down in the story to where he becomes a boss that we have to fight? Now, the new relics. These new relics and the new planar ornaments, absolutely incredible. So Longibus Disciple, 2-piece, it increases max HP at 2-piece effect, and when the wearer is hit or their HP is consumed by an ally, including by themselves, their crit rate increases for a certain number of turns. This effect is stackable. I feel like this relic set is like tailor-made for someone like Blade, right, whose effectiveness scales off of HP. But maybe this could be nice for Arlen as well. Who knows? And then there's also Messenger Traversing Hackerspace, which grants a speed boost, and after the wearer uses their ultimate or any ally, including on themselves, so it has to be like a support-based character, I assume. The speed for all allies increases for a certain number of turns, and the effect can't be stacked. Honestly, this could be good for like a ton like a ton of harmony based characters, and also a lot of like healer characters as well. Both of these relic sets are pretty good. I'm not exactly sure when it's a good time to start farming them, but yeah. The planner ornaments, Rutilient Arena, it increases the wearer's crit rate. When the wearer's current crit rate is equal to or greater than a certain percentage, the wearer's basic attack and skill damage increases. And I feel like, depending on like what the numbers are, I feel like this might end up being like the best in slot planner ornaments for like certain like DPS characters. Like maybe this will be a good substitute for like planner ornament for Seele, for example. Broken Keel is the second one, increases the wearer's effect resistance, and when the wearer's effect resistance is equal to or greater than a certain percentage, all allies' crit damage is increased by a certain amount that's not shown yet. Maybe this will be better on like healers or buffers that you want a lot of effect res on, because you don't want them to like be status, because that could be like very like very like battle ending like situation, right? And now we have Gift of Odyssey, which is yet another free 10 pull that the game is going to give to all players just by logging in for 7 days, which, wow. So with this right here, I feel a lot more confident about being able to pull for Kafka on her banner when she finally comes out, because to be honest guys, my Stellar Jade stocks were looking pretty low after the Silver Wolf banner because of how great that banner was. So wasn't exactly sure if I'd be able to get Kafka this time around, but now with this on the horizon, I think I might be able to get her, but who knows. There's also some additional limited time events like Tales of the Fantastic, Underground Treasure Hunt. Look guys, look right here. Look at it. It's Among Us. It's even got the backpack. Where Are You, Mystery Trotter, which will be very fun killing those stupid rats. And then, the best events of all time, without question, least amount of effort needed to implement, but for the most bang for your buck. Best events of all time, Planner Fissure and Realm of the Strange, where you get double the rewards for Simulated Universe rewards and Caverns of Corrosion rewards. Very simple, very basic, but very awesome. Like, that's all the event really needs to be. Best events ever, without question. There's also another Simulated Universe stage being added in version 1.2, and if you clear this stage, you will gain an additional copy of Herta. There's also the update to the Forgotten Hall, where after you clear the Mystery of Zangshou stage, you can obtain the free 4-star character Yukong, so everyone gets a free imaginary character, so that's awesome. Echoes of War gets an update to where Fantilia the Undying will be added and will drop the advanced trace material Regret of Infinite Okima. There's also additional Stagnant Shadow stages, and yeah, that's basically the majority of the information that was shown off in the 1.2 live stream. And dude, I'm very hyped for version 1.2. You know, Hoyoverse gamers are kind of eating right now. Like, I don't know much about like Tears of Thermos or Honkai Impact 3rd, but if you play Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, like, you've got Fontaine on the horizon. 3.8 in Genshin is pretty solid from what I've played on my live stream. And now Honkai Star Rail, you got version 1.2 on the horizon, and it's looking absolutely incredible, dude. Like, it's honestly a great time to be a Hoyo gamer right now. Again, the main thing that I'm looking forward to is this Kafka banner, because this banner looks absolutely cracked, dude. As someone who, as a guy who loves like D.O.T and Honkai Star Rail, like, I absolutely love this banner, especially because I might be able to get Serval to my Serval to E6 with this banner, so that should be nice. But yeah, that should be it for this video. But before you guys go, I have a special announcement, a special message for you all, to be specific. So during my last video, I basically asked a request for everyone who checked out the video to, you know, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and because I was trying to get into the YouTube partnership program so that I would be able to more reliably do this stuff and get like a lot of like benefits from YouTube and all that. And you guys went absolutely crazy on that video. 35k views, I easily was able to reach past the 500 subscriber count that was needed to apply to that new lower tier for the YouTube partnership program. And as of 2 days ago, I actually became a part of the YouTube partnership program. So that's very awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. I have the names of all the people who subscribe to the channel scrolling on screen right now. Unfortunately, the program doesn't get everyone's name because of like the settings that different users have in terms of like protecting their privacy. So if you don't see your name, it's probably due to like setting the settings that you have on like a Google or YouTube account or something like that. But just know that regardless of whether your name shows up on screen or not, I just want to say thank you all so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys. I'm gonna say it over and over and over again whenever like another milestone is met. Thank you guys so much. Now, the next milestone, 1,000 subscribers. So that I can reach the next tier of the YouTube partnership program and potentially start getting ad revenue and be able to like better monetarily support myself while I'm doing this YouTube stuff. So that's the next goal. Hopefully we can reach it together. Thank you guys so much for all the support. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I will see you all on the next video. Peace.